We all know Bangladesh is a powerhouse when it comes to production, right? But how does a local success story actually become a global competitor? Today, let's talk about the massive export potential of the nation and uncover that secret ingredient that separates the real winners from everyone else.
Okay, let's just start with this number. $48.28 billion. That's how much Bangladesh earned from goods exports in just one fiscal year. Now, that's not just some number on a spreadsheet. That's a massive, massive river of global commerce. And for the right businesses, it's an opportunity to build an empire. But here's the thing. With a market that big, you've got to ask, why do some businesses grab that opportunity and run with it, while others, with amazing products, just get stuck? What's the secret sauce? What's that hidden factor that makes all the difference? Well, the answer, and this might surprise you, isn't always about having the best product. It's all about the journey. Think about it. International trade is like this hidden maze of procedures, paperwork, and pitfalls that can stop even the most incredible product dead in its tracks. And that brings us to a really important idea: trade facilitation. So what is it? Put simply, it's all about making the entire export process smoother. It's not about the boring paperwork. It's about being the well-oiled engine that gets your product from your factory floor to a customer's hands halfway across the world, without all the friction that just kills your momentum and your profits. And look, this slide really breaks it down. On one side, you've got the total chaos of trying to do it all yourself. Unexpected penalties because of one tiny coding mistake, payments getting locked up, and your reputation taking a hit from delays. But then, look at the other side. With the right help, that chaos, it turns into control. Clearances are predictable, costs go down, and you build the kind of trust that makes international buyers want to work with you again and again. And believe me, this isn't just theory. You see this? A container just sitting at Chattogram port for more than 9 days? That's a real-world cash flow nightmare. Every single hour that ticks by is literally money going down the drain. It's a huge reminder that in global trade, managing the process is managing your profit. So why is it so complicated? What's the deal? Well, the truth is, exporting is not just a simple handshake between a buyer and a seller. It's more like navigating this dense jungle of agencies and authorities, and each one has its own rules and its own gates to get through. I mean, just take a look at this list. For just one shipment, you're dealing with the Revenue Board, customs, banks, insurers, shipping companies. It just keeps going. This isn't just a checklist. For an entrepreneur, it's a minefield. One tiny mistake, one wrong form, and bam, you've got a chain reaction of delays and costs. And this is what it feels like when you try to do it all by yourself. It's like walking a tightrope with no safety net. For a small or medium-sized business, one slip isn't a lesson learned. It's a serious fall. It means penalties, lost shipments, and a damaged reputation. That's why expertise in this game isn't a nice-to-have, it's your safety net. Okay, so if going it alone is a huge gamble, what's the smart move? The alternative? It's getting an expert guide. And this is where a firm like Trade and Investment Bangladesh, we'll call them TNIB, steps into the picture, because they're designed to navigate this maze for you. See, TNIB doesn't just see themselves as consultants. They're more like a strategic partner. Their whole goal is to slice through all that complexity, mixing deep market knowledge with real, practical solutions so that Bangladeshi businesses can step onto the world stage feeling confident. And, this isn't some new kid on the block. The founder, MD Joynal Abdin, he's got over 18 years of real, in-the-trenches experience, from helping entrepreneurs at the SME Foundation to actually shaping trade policy. So TNIB is really the result of a whole career spent figuring out and solving these exact problems. And what they bring to the table is a complete end-to-end solution. It's not just about, moving boxes around. It's about starting with the right game plan, finding the perfect international buyers, and then building the online presence you need so they can find you. They handle the whole thing, from idea to delivery. And they really focus their expertise where it counts, on the things that actually drive growth. You can see it here. They're experts in two of the toughest nuts to crack in exporting. First, finding and vetting the right international buyers, and second, building the digital marketing engine to attract even more of them. These aren't just services, they're growth accelerators. And you don't have to take my word for it. Their clients' results really speak for themselves. Take this quote from a CEO in Canada. He points out two words that are everything in global trade: quality and ethics.
It just shows how important it is to have a partner you can absolutely trust, especially when they're thousands of miles away.
And here's another client, also from Canada, talking about clear communication and their deep understanding of how business works across borders. And that's so important, right? It's not just about knowing the rules in a book, it's about understanding the culture and the real-world flow of how international business actually gets done.
Okay, so let's zoom in on one of their key services, which I think is fascinating: buyer-seller matchmaking. Because the way they do it is just different. It's smarter. This comparison really nails it. See, most places will just give you a list of names and say, good luck. TNIB, on the other hand, they actually build the bridge. They check out both sides, and here's the kicker. They align expectations on things like price and terms before anyone even talks. That one step, my goodness, it saves so much time and so many failed negotiations. So here's a look at their step-by-step process. First, they really dig in to understand what you need. Then, and this is key, they align those expectations with potential partners so nobody wastes time. They actually help with the negotiation, and once you have a deal, they stick around to make sure the final execution, the shipping, the payment, all goes off without a hitch. So, what's the result of all this? Well, it's pretty much everything an entrepreneur dreams of. This whole thing isn't just about making things easier. It's a straight-up strategy for being more profitable. Fewer disputes, faster payments, a rock-solid reputation, and the holy grail of global trade: consistent repeat orders. All right, so let's wrap this up. What's the big picture here? What does all this mean for an entrepreneur in Bangladesh who's looking to export? If you take away just one thing from all this, let it be this: thinking about professional help for trade isn't a cost, it's an investment. It's what lets you go from just making a great product to actually building a profitable, strong global brand that can compete with anyone. So I'll leave you with one last question to think about. Is your business just built to make something, or is it built to win globally? The answer could define your entire future. Thanks for tuning in.